Today on Theme Park Worldwide, the show, we're back with a brand new series and more theme park news, more merchandise, more shout-outs and more fun than ever before. It's going to be great. Along with that, we're going to be looking at the brand new additions coming to theme parks across the world for 2014. We're going to be looking at 3 of the best additions in the UK and 3 of the best additions from abroad over the next few weeks. So without further ado, my name's Shawn Sanbrooke, this is Theme Park Worldwide, the show, and that means it's time to cue those titles! Oh, how great it is to be saying that again and presenting to you guys. I hope you all had a brilliant Christmas, a brilliant winter, and I hope you've all enjoyed the fantastic selection of on and off ride videos that we've had come to the channel over winter. It's been a really busy one. We've been obviously over to Paris and Barcelona and Portaventura and Disneyland. It was a brilliant winter and I hope you enjoyed following it here on the channel. But yes, I am back every week now until November, and as you might have seen from the promotional video, or if you like our posts on Facebook, you might have seen it's going to be a mental, amazing year this year. Can't wait to share it with you guys here on the channel, and it really is going to be fantastic. But yeah, welcome to the refurbished World of Theme Parks. It might not look very different, but I'll show you about later on in the show with what we've changed. We've got some more mugs, more shelving, etc. So it's more going to be on display, which is really, really cool. And it's had a bit of a paint up like up there as well. So yeah, it's looking really good, and we're going to be kicking off the series today, and we're looking at 3 new additions coming to theme parks in the UK for this year, and 3 new additions overseas coming to many different countries this year as well. It's going to be really good. So without further ado, I want to kick in with our UK theme park news. Oh, how good is it to be saying this again? So yes, UK theme park news. It's been a very busy winter actually for revealing UK theme park news. As soon as the show finished in November, then all the news started flowing out for theme parks this year. And so yeah, we'll keep that in mind for this year with the show. And basically we've got some great additions coming in. Drayton Manor revealed a brand new thrill ride called Air Race, which is going to be opening. It's a Zamperla model of Air Race. There's quite a few around the world. You've got one at Coney Island over in New York, and we've actually got one a bit closer to home on Brighton Pier here in the UK, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple of travelling versions in the UK as well. It's going to be great to see Air Race come to Drayton Manor. Now Drayton Manor has been a part of what's put in lots and lots of family additions in the past few years. They started off with Thomasland over in 2008, brought forward Ben 10 in 2011, the Ultimate Mission roller coaster, 4D cinema, etc. So I think it was 2005 when G-Force opened that they actually had the last thrill ride at Drayton Manor. So it's going to be great to see this. It's a 1.2 million investment by the park. It's got a capacity of 480 people an hour, which is pretty low, but they have got a massive selection of flat rides, and of course Thomasland's big now as well. They've got things like Apocalypse, etc. at the park, so they're going to be fine in terms of throughput. I think with the amount of rides they've crammed into the small space, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a really good addition. It's our most anticipated ride in the UK for this year, so we can't wait for that. 24 riders on this flat ride, and it's been located between G-Force, which is the big red roller coaster by Marathon, and Shockwave, which is the stand-up coaster. So it's going to be just behind the Chicken Diner really. If you remember the Teacups in the Dark, Black Revolver, then it's going there. So it's going to be a great addition. But that's not all coming to the UK this year. There is loads of stuff. The 3 of the things that we've picked today are just a brief look at what's coming. There's many more things that we'll show next week and the week after. So, Scorpion Express at Chessington. You might remember the old runaway train, which is in Mexicana at Chessington. And that opened in 1987 and was manufactured by Mack Rides. With a capacity of 1,100 riders an hour. Well, it's back for this year, bigger and better than ever before from the start of the season, and it's the Scorpion Express, which is a brand new experience set within Scorpion Valley, which is a land of sweeping sands and gold mines, and riders must board the old train of the Scorpion Express as it's the only way to cross the sands, ruins of the mines and into the abandoned town. So it's going to be quite an immersive story. It's not just going to be your mine train, it's going to be this really, deep story about the Scorpion Express. Can't wait to see the cars and what they've done to it. I think it's going to be brilliant. Very different than the caves and stuff what it used to be, I would expect. I think it's going to be more of an open plan ride with some little buildings and scenery around. We'll be down there as soon as that opens down at Chessington. And of course, we'll be checking that out for you guys on the channel. Really excited for that. And it's going to be great at Chessington this year because they haven't just got that, they've also got the Amazoo Treetop Adventure, which is a new walkthrough, and Azteca, which is a brand new hotel, an expansion of the current hotel for this year as well. Going to be brilliant, lots of new animal experiences there with both them attractions, and I really can't wait to see what Chessington World of Adventures do in 2014 with those attractions. So finally, with our UK editions for this week, we're going to look at CBeebies Land. Woo! We all love the sound of CBeebies Land. It's a massive new area at Alton Towers for the families. Alton's put in some brilliant additions for families over the past few years. Started off really in 2008 with Battle Galleons, the Mutiny Bay area, 2009 Sharkbait Reef, 2010-13 the Family Coaster, and then they brought forward many more things like Ice Age, Cloud Cuckoo Land, and it's going to be a really big addition. They're expecting massive crowds for this because it's going to be great. It's the first CBeebies Land in the world, and it'll probably be the only one. This thing could go massive for Alton Towers, and it's a completely immersive experience for children and young families. They can learn through play. That's the way Alton Towers are marketing this. It's basically replacing Old MacDonald's Farm and Storybook Land. So basically from Sonic Spinball onwards, that is going to be CBeebies Land, so that's going to be a massive area. Obviously you got the Squirrel Nutty, which is getting rethemed into the Get Set Go bugs, you know, the little yellow CBeebies bugs. That's going to be going on there. You got In the Night Garden, brand new interactive ride, which is going to be replacing Riverbank I Spy, and you got many new additions. There's like 10 new attractions in this like retheme of the area, not just like rides, it's more walkthroughs and stuff. And so we can't wait to see what they do. Live entertainment going in there as well, with the big show Fun Time. Looking forward to that. And of course, you got one of my favourite characters of childhood, Postman Pat. Woo! We're going to get to drive in one of Postman Pat's little vans and stuff. It's going to be great. But is the black and white cat going to be there? We're going to have to see. But it's going to be a really good addition. Opening on May the 24th. We'll be there as soon as that's open at Alton Towers to go and check that out. It's only just up the road from here at the World of Theme Parks. So of course we're going to be there following all the updates on CBeebies Land as soon as it's open. As you can see there, 3 brilliant additions coming to the UK and next week in the show, and we'll be looking at 3 more additions coming to the UK. But now it's time for Worldwide Theme Park News. So yes, worldwide theme park news. Again, lots and lots has been announced, even more than the UK, obviously all across Europe, America and stuff, and we're going to be covering that over the next few weeks as well. But here's 3 of the things what I'm looking forward to, and like the UK ones, we're going to be riding all of these, what I'm going to mention over the next few minutes this year. So we're going to be full on the channel this year. It's going to be amazing. We'll start off with Arthur at Europa Park. Now, Arthur in the Minimoys Kingdom is a brand new dark ride. I talked about this a lot last year. It's a dark ride / powered coaster. A powered coaster meaning it doesn't need like a lift hill and then it's sort of free running from there. It's a powered sort of spiral lift hill, and then it'll be powered around the whole ride. So it doesn't necessarily mean it needs big drops to make it round. It's obviously using power for that. It's going to be great. Suspended steel coaster by Matt Rind. It's a brand new concept through 7 amazing themed scenes. One of them is actually outside. It's going to feature 4D effects and it's going to be just brilliant, to be honest. You know, it's got 9 trains, and on them 9 trains you've got 12 people, and which is going to be a great throughput there. We're looking at about 1,500 an hour, I would say, with that. Mac love their throughputs. I'm sure they'll be pushing that like there's no tomorrow, so that'll be good. And it's not just the coaster what's opening. You've got a children's carousel and drop tower featured in the 49-foot dome. You can see it there actually in the picture. And that 49-foot dome, and that opens on the 5th of April. We're going to be there at the end of May, the last week of May, riding Arthur. There'll be a show from the park, and of course we'll be filming all around Arthur for you guys. It's going to be really good. And bringing that here to the channel, Arthur and the Minimoys at Europa Park. So, moving over the seas now, over the Atlantic, over to America, to Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. And at the end of 2012, rumours began of the Sandstorm Flat Ride, which is a little family flat, being replaced with a new ride. I don't think anybody thought the scale of this new ride would be a large new 300-foot tall Intamin drop tower with tilting seats, but that's what it is. And in June 2013, Busch Gardens revealed Falcon's Fury, and Falcon's Fury is a unique drop tower by Intamin. You're going to climb 300 foot, and then you're going to get an amazing view of the terrain beneath you, and then it's going to go whoop into a diving position and then drop straight down towards the floor at 60 miles per hour. Wow, doesn't that sound amazing? It's going to be great. 32 riders on the vehicle. Instead of having separate little gondolas, it's having one big one. It's the first of its kind in the world to do this, and it's going to be amazing. It's about the same height as Hurricane Condor, but you're going to drop a bit higher than Condor because of the mast on top of Hurricane Condor. If you haven't seen that, Google it, Ventura. But yeah, it looks amazing. I'm looking forward to riding this one. And we're going to be there in September in Orlando, as I'll tell you a bit more about across the year. So it's going to be awesome. Finally, Flight of Demon, or Flux der Diamond, there you go, that's my German, at Heidi Park. Now, Heidi Park in Soltau in Germany, going to be a really good addition. €15 million wing coaster, manufactured by B&M. And do you want to know what the most exciting thing about this ride is? We're going to be there on the opening day! Woo! So expect a vlog, stuff for the show. It's going to be mental. I can't even get my words out, it's going to be that good. Now, there's mixed sort of thoughts on B&M wing coasters, actually. I know a lot of you are unsure out there, quite a lot of the enthusiasts. But I love them. I just love the whole feel of the B&M wings. I like being sat there on the edge of the train. And it's going to be very much like the Swarm at Thorpe Park. 130 foot tall at its highest point. It's going to twist around like the Swarm, drop down, except it's got a massive airtime hill. It's got 5 inversions, and it's 2,500 foot of white track with dark green supports. Looks really nice. It's got quite a dark theme. Quite interesting how the track is white for a dark theme coaster. I think it's going to be really brought out into the story and theme of this ride. It's got some brilliant head choppers and buildings around the ride. 2 trains with 6 rows. A little different there to the other B&M wing coasters because they all have more rows than that. They have an extra row. But it's going to be opening at the end of March. And yes, we're going to be there opening day. We're there for 3 days. So it's going to be an amazing weekend. And you guys, yes, you out there on YouTube, can all follow us on that amazing journey and see all around Flight of Demon before anyone else here on YouTube. It's going to be great. Anyway, that is all for your news for this week in both UK and worldwide. As I say, next week we'll be looking more at 6 new additions coming to theme parks all across the world. It's going to be great, but I know you love this section. It's back for 2014. It's time for Merch Paradise. So yes, welcome to Merch Paradise. It is back for 2014, and I know you guys had some really positive feedback on it last year, so we're really expanded on that this year, and we're going to show you even more merchandise than ever before. And when we're on location, not just here from the world of theme parks, as soon as the park's open, we're going to be going into some shops, telling you some of the best things to buy, and what's really going to be a brilliant addition to your collection, which is going to be great. But this week we're going to kick off with a big item. Woo! There it is. This way to the Rat House. And that is a sign from the London Dungeon. Now, not the new London Dungeon at County Hall. The old London Dungeon, it closed about a year ago. Yeah, 31st of January it closed. And we went down to the car boot sale in aid of Merlin Magic 1, which is a charity. And they were selling items from the dungeon, and we managed to get this. It's even got someone sick on it there, look. It's an amazing item, and it belongs here in the world of theme parks. But that isn't the only thing we actually got from the dungeon. Just put that back down there. We also got this as well. This is as you can see, it's all on display down here in the world. There we go, we got this. This area contains strobe lighting, and that's also from the original London Dungeon. They're here at the World of Theme Parks. If you want to come to the World of Theme Parks, there's going to be an opportunity to later in the year as well, because we've got some great items here. It's a massive place. And I really want you all to come and experience it if you're around the area anytime. That's all for Merch Paradise. We'll have another next Tuesday. And now it's time for your Magic Moments.
There's magic moments filled with love.
can I just say how nice it is to be doing this again for you guys and getting such a brilliant response from Magic Moments and Shoutouts. It's going to be a brilliant year, I can tell already. And our first Magic Moment goes to Johnny Green. There he is, riding Colossus at Thorpe Park, the 10 inversion roller coaster. Look like you're really enjoying yourself there, and thank you for sending it into the show. Second, you've got Cameron Mason riding the Smiler. There he is at Alton Towers on the brand new coaster, opened last year, 14 inversion ride, and it's a really good coaster. Get down there and try it if you've not yet been on it. And there you've got Jake Billings with someone you might all recognise. Yes, it's me, when he met me there last year. Really good to meet you. Of course, if you ever see me, don't be shy. Just come up, ask for a photo, and we'll put it here in the show as Magic Moments for you guys, of course. And then finally, you've got this one, which is my girlfriend, Charlotte. And I just want to say to Charlotte, we've been together 6 months now, and I love you so much. So, there you go. That's really, everybody's thinking, oh, that's really cute. Yeah, I am quite cute. So there you go, that goes to Charlotte. And that is all for your Magic Moments. Now, if you'd like one, you can follow us on Twitter at ThemeParkWW, where you can tweet the picture to us, or you can like our Facebook page. If you like the Facebook page, send it as a private message to us, and I'll reply back to you, and it will be in the show. So yeah, it's going to be great. Make sure you keep sending them in, because we want some Magic Moments for next week. Now it's time for Shoutouts!
I'm gonna shout now.
Now, if you liked our Facebook page or you've got me on Twitter, you might know that last week I put a status on and I put who would like a shout out in the show, thinking, I don't know, maybe 20 people might want it. It's close season, you know, people might not be excited for it. Well, I was completely wrong, because I've got 3 pages worth of shout outs to read out now, so I'm going to crack on and do it. I'm really, really sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I'm not very good at pronouncing stuff, as I'm sure you're aware if you watched the show last year or the year before. So I'm going to get through these and give you all your shout outs for the opening of the show. And the first shout out goes to Jenny Cousins. You've got Lee Capaldi, Rory Hutton, Rise Locker, Dan Keaveney, Callum Riley New, Ryan Harper, Roman Armstrong, Kieran Inc, Matthew Kernan, Dave Matthews, Laura Worsley, Tariq Ahmed, Joe Beasley, Adam Fowler, Emma Yates, Paige Brassington, Nathan Sutton, David Allen, Joe Abbott, Tom Wright, Megan Smith, James Norman, Sam Carroll, Emma Blundell, James Garner, Rebecca Laird, Josie Knowlton, Chris Smith, Joe Baverstock, Dan Rayner, Tarrell Baker, Charlie and Ruth, Chris Cameron, Ethan Thomas, Cameron Wicks, Ellis Jones Halls, John Patrick Finnegan, Joshua Robbins, Daniel Marks, Liam Brittle, Lisa the Hedge Cats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 6, woo, in one. Darren Cox, Adam Fenn, that's just page 1. Page 2, Charlie Searle, Nick Ward, Sammy Kilcommons, Jordan Luke, Molly Relita James, Josh Healy, Ewan Berdigo, Kieran Quinn, Will Donahue, Jared Barnett, Joshua LUFC Swan, Stephen Cox, Owen Kemp, I can't do this, can I? David Ware, Tommy 123506, Samantha Griffiths, Lee Mason, Alice Chaplin, Josh Dutton, Bradley Allenby, Ben Strange, Matthew Coleman, Dan Whitelaw, Jack Oxby, Annie Stribling, Alexandra Robertson, Paul David Birchall, Kashmir Hawker, Peter Kingham, Emily Jane Kinder, Lewis Appleby, Darren Kohler Sutcliffe, Faye Nichols, James Compter, Claire Pettigrew, Bradley Matthew Rowe, Tal Baker, James Slater, Daniel Taylor, Emily Holland, Dave Towney, Molly Towers, Edward Bradley, Matty Jones, Rob Master Webber, Caroline Harris, Callum Gray, Josh Sloman, and Ollie. That is just page 2. Page 3, Mickey Johnson, Nathan Hughes, Baron Richard, Rory McKee, Paul Robinson, Andrew Curley, Matt Lewin, David Copeland, Dan Bannon, Charles Taris, Ash Bragwell, Jack Silstone, John Charnick, Dave Stone, Scott William Smith, Alex Smiler Weston, Matt Dixon and Team Smiler, woo! Kieran Mather, Rebecca Webster, Stephen Preston, Matt Swain, Jammy Band Studio, TP Chris on Twitter, Cool Cabbage 43, Theme Park Mad 1, Michael Weavier, Beyond the Edge, Andrew Seeley, Nathan Fisher, Stephen Impet, Luke O'Neill, and to the Tuesday night chat lads, Joe Stewart, Mulv, Mark, Mitch, and Mark. Whoo! That's all your shout-outs for you guys, and these are your page shout-outs. Jammy Band Studio, Manamania, Calman's Army, Theme Park Incorporated, Ride On Review, and Alton Towers AQA. And also this is a very special shout-out to Mark Lewis, and he's going to be riding Megaphobia for 7 hours. And that'll be his 3,501st ride on it. And he's going to be doing that for charity for Great Ormond Street Hospital. Really good cause. If you're doing any charity events like that, let us know. I'm thinking of doing one myself this year. And it will be really good to raise some money for a good cause. That's all for your shout-outs. Wow, that was amazing. If you want one, it seems like you all know what to do. You need to send us a message on Facebook, write on the Facebook wall, or tweet us in at ThemeParkWW. Go and like the page. There's all sorts of fun competitions and news on there every night of the week, so it's worth checking out both on Facebook and Twitter. Anyway, that's it for Theme Park Worldwide, the show, apart from one more thing, and that is our meetup. Yes, the Theme Park Worldwide meetup is going to be a really amazing event, and that is going to be happening on April the 12th. It's a Saturday and it's at Alton Towers. There's going to be full details on the Facebook group, which is launched right now. Go on there, join the event, and let us know if you're coming to that event. It's April the 12th at Alton Towers. It's going to be all day there and it's going to be full of fun, and I'm sure some drinks in the bar afterwards if you're up for it as well. So we'll have full details on that next week in the show, but that is the date and the location for you guys. April the 12th, Saturday, Alton Towers. Going to be an amazing day. And yeah, just look at that photo. Wasn't the last meetup really good? Can't wait. That's all for episode 1 of Theme Park Worldwide, the show 2014. I'll see you next Tuesday night. Many more videos coming up throughout the week. My name's Shawn Sanbrooke. This is Theme Park Worldwide. And that means it's time to cue those credits. See you next week, guys.